When we first looked at the different online revenue models, I mentioned there are at least 1.8 billion websites on the public internet at the moment. Now that's a hell of a lot of websites. Can you imagine how difficult it must be for any one of those websites to actually be found by a random search? Especially if they're a relatively new site. It certainly makes me laugh every time I get one of those spam emails or multiple phone calls promising to put me at the top of any Google search. Seriously, just who are they kidding? Truth be told, there is just so much noise out there on the internet, and it seems the only answer a lot of people have to get found is to make more noise and then shout even louder. No, just no. More noise simply means more people turning off faster to get back to their quiet, happy place. Can you imagine increasing the amount of traffic to your website, let's say 10 times, by making a lot more noise? Even if you could do it, how is having 100 or 1,000 people coming to your site and then turning around and leaving straight away, how is that doing you any good at all? It doesn't. So you need to do a lot more than just make noise. And in the real world, for example, if you had a physical store and had 1,000 people come in the front door and walk around and have a look and then turn around and walk back out the front door without buying anything, wow, you know, that would be a pretty huge problem that you'd want to address pretty quickly. But online, does it matter that you've got 1,000 people come in and turn around and leave again? Yes, it does. And speaking of noise, the other big problem with all that noise, it's aimed at taking you away from what you are trying to achieve. All the apps, social channels, emails, push notifications, phone calls, etc. All of this stuff that might be going on in your world can take you away from the thing you should be working on right now. So consider how you can reduce the noise that is distracting you. So what can you do about it? How can you rise above all of that noise, keep people happy, and actually make some money online? Well, it's this simple. Specialise, don't generalise. Niche down as much as you can to find your unique audience. Fail quickly. Test your brilliant ideas to check their viability before committing to them. Know your competition. Know what they are doing in the space, how they are doing it, and why. Decide on what you can do better or even avoid completely. Identify influencers who you can do joint ventures with. Work out who your ideal customer is, and then focus on that customer, all of your content, all your marketing, your products, services, etc. Develop a proper business plan which takes all of these and a few more things into account. And identify the distractions that waste your time and energy and take measures to eliminate or at least minimise their effects. Sure, there are probably also heaps of technical recommendations you must follow as and when you develop your content and website, etc., and there will be lots more on that later. But right now, business planning is the next thing we're going to look very closely at. Oh, and yes, look at that, I can see it now. Lots of eyeballs rolling back into their sockets. Good one. It seems that any mention of business planning can cause that reaction. And, well, I don't really blame you, especially when you look at the traditional way of building a business plan. So that's why I'm going to show you a much better, more modern approach that you can use in the business planning module that's coming up.